Okay, ready? Are you ready? Yes. Hopefully, yes. All right, let me do the. All right. Graph. And then let me draw a graph first. And let's say you have 1, 2, 1, 2 right there, and 0, 0, and 1, 1. It's going to be negative 2 and 2. This can be 1 and 1. And that's going to be 0 and 0. All right, so there's a graph right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move it around all over the place. By that, I mean, number 7a. I'm going to say, what happens to this graph right here if I say g of x is equal to f of x plus 2, right? So the same graph right here, what's going to happen is it's just going to go up 2 spaces right there. That's all it's going to do. So it's going to go to 0 and 2. It's going to shift this graph up. That's 7a. Is that all right for that graph right there? 7 letter B. I'm going to say g of x is going to be f of x plus 3. That means this graph right here is no longer going to be right there. It's going to go opposite of this number. The opposite of plus 3 is negative 3. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3 right here. So this graph's going to be right there. It's going to move to the side right there. So it's negative 3 and 0. That's where it is. That's where graph B is going to be. Right? All right. 7 letter C. I'm going to say g of x equals f of x minus 2. Does the opposite of minus 2. So minus 2, it's not this way, but it goes this way. 1, 2 spaces that way. So it's going to be right here. In that spot right there. It's going to be at 2, 0. 7 letter D. I'm going to say g of x is equal to negative of f of x. So what's going to do is this graph right here is going to flip it upside down. So instead of this way, now it's going to be down here, something like that. Okay. So I got A, B, I got C, I have D. A, B, C, and D. Is that all right for A, B, C, D? Now I'm going to do A, B, C, D, I don't know, E, F, I guess. E. A, B, C, D, E. I'm going to say this time g of x is going to be f of x plus 1 plus 1. Okay, it's going to do the opposite of this. And it's going to go up that number right there. So the graph, there is the original one right here. Original graph is right there. The new one is going to go to the left 1 space this way, and then it's going to go up 1 space up. So it's going to go left and up 1. So left and then up 1. So it's going to be over here somewhere. Yeah. Yes. There it is. Left and up 1. Letter F. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Let's say G of x is going to be 1/2 of f of x. What's going to happen to the graph now? So 1/2 of x is going to squeeze this graph down. That's all it's going to do. It's going to make it like this. It's going to go squash it down like this. So there's a graph. It's going to squeeze it like this. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F. I get one more G. I guess G. G of x equals f of negative x. It's instead of negative on the outside, it's in the inside part. What that does to the graph is going to turn it around. So the long part is here and short. Now it's going to go like this. It's going like that. It's just going to turn it around like this. Okay, rotate it around the y-axis. It's going to get this graph and go like this. Right there. So there's A, there's B, C, D, E, F, G. Bunch of examples for number 7, all right? So I say number 7. That's from the final exam also. All right. So now I'm going to go back to the final exam. I'm going to start with question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So I'm going to go back to the final exam. And I'm just going to change the numbers. All right, I'm just going to put new numbers, that's all. All right, verse 1, it says 8x cubed plus 1x squared minus 72x minus 9 equals 0. Solve it. This is use the quadratic formula. All right. So the last number and the first number. Last number is 9, and the first number is 8. And this is plus or minus 9, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 1. Those are all the numbers that divided. Bottom one, plus or minus 8, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 1. Those are all numbers divided the bottom one. All right, so now put them all as fractions. So I'm going to put them right here. So I'm going to start with plus or minus 9 over 8, plus or minus 3 over 8, plus or minus 1 over 8. This one over 8. Next one, plus or minus 9 over 4, 3 over 4, 1 over 4. And then plus or minus 9 over 2, 3 over 2, and 1 over 2. And then the last one is plus or minus 1 over 1, and, well, 9 over 1, 3 over 1, 1 over 1. These are all a bunch of fractions. So what I want you to do is, well, let me just write them out. This is going to be 9 over 8, 3 over 8. These are all plus minus. 1 over 8. But don't use the fraction ones. Let's just use the whole number stuff first. 1 over 4, 9 over 2, 3 over 2, 1 over 2. And this one right here is going to be 9 and 3 and 1. All right, so I'm going to use these numbers right here, not the fraction ones. So use synthetic division. Okay, use synthetic division. So here's the box, the numbers. 1 minus 72, negative 9. There they are. There's the 3 numbers. So I'm going to start with 3. Said don't use the big these fractions here. Use these numbers right here. And I will use the little numbers. I will start 3 or 1 of those first. Now, put the 3 in there. Does that work? Let's see. Put the 8 down here. 3 times 8 is 24. 24 1 is 25. That's going to be 75 minus that is a 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. Yes, the remainder is 0. So it means yes, this is a good guess. That's a good answer. Don't do 3 again. Try something else. Try minus 3. Minus 3 in there. Does that work? 8, 25, and 3. Bring the 8 down. 3 times that, 24. 25 minus 24 is 1. That's going to be minus 3. 3 minus 3, 0. Yes. The remainder is what? 0 again. So yes, this is an answer. So I got 3, and I got minus 3 so far. I got 3 and minus 3 so far. Now, one more answer because there's 3 up here. So this one is going to be 8x plus 1 equals 0. 8x plus 1 minus 1. 0 minus 1. So 8x is minus 1. And divide by 8. And divide by 8. So x equals negative 1 over 8. So our answers are going to be 3, negative 3, and negative 1 over 8. Okay. 3 answers for that one. All right, next one. Next one in the final review. This question number 3, huh? Page 3, question number 2. Find the domain f of x equals square root of, I'll say 2x minus 60. There you go. So formula says your domain, if you have a generic one, ax plus b, you go ax plus b bigger than or equal to 0. So 2x minus 60 bigger than or equal to 0. So now I need to solve this guy right here. So now to solve it, let's see, at 60, that sounds good. At 60 right there, these are gone. And it's going to be 60. Then divide by 2, divide by 2, so x is bigger than or equal to 30. Or here's 30, box it in that way. Or here's 30 and goes like this. So those 3 answers right there for the domain of that. All right, let's go next question. Let's go page number 4. Question number 3. Okay. Next page for the final review. It says f of x equals 2x plus 1 and g of x equals 3x plus 2. There you go. So it says find f plus g of x. So f plus g of x means add them together. So you're going to go 2x plus 1 added to 3x plus 2. So 2x plus 1 plus 3x plus 2. So that's going to give you 5x and 3. And domain, it's just going to be negative infinity to infinity because any number you want to put in there, it works fine. That's A, 3a. Of course, there's going to be 3b. F minus g of x. F of x minus g of x is going to be 2x plus 1 minus 3x plus 2. So 2x plus 1 minus 3x minus 2. It's going to be negative 1x minus 1. Is that right? No. X plus 1, x plus 2. Yeah. Minus 1x minus 1. Or just write minus x minus 1. That's enough. That's good enough. All right. Domain for this one, same thing. Minus infinity to infinity. There you go. Now we're at 3 letter C. 3 letter C says find f times g of x. All it means is multiply f of x times g of x. We multiply 2x plus 1, 3x plus 2, which is going to be 6x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 2, 6x squared plus 7x plus 2. So now that's it. And domain, same thing. Infinity to infinity. 3 letter D says f over g of x. Division. f of x over g of x, or 2x plus 1, 3x plus 2. There's the answer. But division by the bottom, it can't be 0. So I'm going to set it up like that. Set up the bottom part. If it's equal to 0, mess up the problem. So minus a 2, minus a 2. So 3x is negative 2. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. So x equals 2/3. So the domain is anything you want, just don't use a negative 2/3. Just right here. Domain. Alright, so now the next part. Let's go to 3, A, B, C, D, E. E. It says f plus g of x equals, what was it equal to? 5x plus 3. There it is. Alright, so that one, I'm going to say f plus g of 1. That's going to be 5 times 1 plus 3. F plus g of 1 is going to be 5 plus 3. F plus g of 1 is going to be 8. It's done. 3f. F minus g of x is negative x, negative 1. So f minus g of 2 could be negative of 2 minus 1. Could be negative 2, negative 1. It's going to be negative 3. That one's done. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G. This one is f times g of x is, let me find it on my paper here. It's 6x squared plus 7x plus 2. Okay, so f times g of the number 1 is going to be 6 times 1 squared plus 7 times 1 plus 2. F times g of 1 is 6 times 1 times 1 is 7 times 1 plus 2. F times g of 1 is going to be 6 plus 7 plus 2. F times g of 1 is going to be 6 and 7. 13 and 2 more is, what's that, 15. That's it. Last one, FGH. Says f over g of x was, what do we get? 2x plus 1, 3x plus 2. So f over g of 1 is going to be 2 times 1 plus 1, 3 times 1 plus 2. So f over g of 1 is going to be 2 plus 1, 3 plus 2. So f over g of 1 is going to be 3 over 5. That's it. Okay. Alright, let's take to that one. Number 6. Question number 4. I'm going to say difference quotient of x is x squared minus 7x minus 11. So f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So put this in there. X plus h squared minus 7 times x plus h. 11. Take away x squared minus 7x minus 11 all over h. So this one's twice. X plus h, x plus h. And this will be minus 7x minus 7h minus 11. This one changes signs. Minus x squared plus 7x plus 11. So this is going to be x squared plus 1xh plus 1xh plus h second minus 7x minus 7h minus 11. Because everything else is going to copy it. So x squared plus 2xh squared minus 7x minus 7h minus 11. So let's see, 11s are gone, squares are gone, 7x minus 7x is gone, 2xh plus h squared minus 7h, 2xh over h plus h squared over h, 7h over h is 2x plus h minus 7. Alright, go to the next page. Page number 7, we're going to turn to 5. Alright, next one. It's going to be a picture here. It's going to be like, I'll just draw something. Like that, like that, like that, like that. And it's going to have spots right there. And I'll say this one is negative 4, 4. This one is 4, 4. This one would be 0 and 1. This would be negative 2 and 0. This would be 2 and 0. Questions are the x-intercepts. This is the x, this is the y. So x-intercepts are negative 2, 0 and 2, 0. The y-intercepts. The y-intercepts. It says right here, 0, 1. That's it. Right there. And next question is domain. So left and right, it only goes to negative 4 to 4. So negative 4 to 4. This is the left, and this is the right of this graph. Range goes from 0 up to 4. From 0 to 4. And this is from the bottom. And this is to the top. Next question. Increasing. It's going down. Then from here it's going up. So from negative 2 to 0. From negative 2 to 0. It's going up. Then up, then down, then up again from 2 to 0. No, 2 to 4. There you go. 2 to 4. So it's increasing right there. Decreasing. Going down here from negative 4 to negative 2. And then up, then down again from 0 to 2. It's going down, down. Then last question is it an even function? If I cut this in half, is that even? Both sides? Yes. The answer is yes. It's even. It's right in the middle. All right, next page. Do something on this. And that one. There you go. It's a clean page. All right, this one. Number 6. It's a graph. Graph is f of x is 3 plus x if x is less than 0, and x squared if x is greater than or equal to 0. This is closed circle, open circle. So now let's graph this. So we have y1 is going to be, I'll do it on my calculator. Alright, so y1 is going to be 3 plus x divided by x less than 0. This is open circle. 3 plus x, divide symbol, parentheses, x, and then you're going to go second math, less than, there it is, and hit graph. Now, we have our first graph. It goes like this. Goes right that way. Second graph. Y2 is going to be x squared, division symbol, bigger than or equal to 0. This is going to be closed circle. Okay. So, x squared, division symbol, x, second math, greater equal to 0, graph. Okay, this one goes like this. Goes here, goes up that way. That's what it's doing. Alright, so now you can do a trace and you're going to find out that this number here, this is 0, 0, and this number here is negative 3 and 0. So now, questions are x-intercept. So that x-intercept, this is x, this is y, is right there and right there. Negative 3 and 0 and 0, 0. And the y-intercept is, well, right there also. 0, 0. Other questions is domain and range. Okay. Domain is left and right, just negative infinity to infinity, because it doesn't stop either way. And this is from the left and the right. And the range goes same thing, negative infinity to infinity, just from the bottom to the top. That's it. Main range. Yep, that's it. Let's go to the next question. 7. Number 7 says graph of x has the value of x plus 2 minus 4. And it says find the area bounded. Okay, let me do this first. Let's graph this right here. So I'm going to go y, make sure there's nothing to clear it out. Math, number, abs already there. Do it again. Go y1, y, let's do it again. Y, math, number, abs, put x plus 2, get out, minus 4, hit graph. Okay, I got a V-shaped looking thing like that. Let me just copy mine. It goes down here, and then it goes back up that way. A spot there, a spot there, a spot there, and a spot there. That's where it hits the graph. So we do a trace. It says this is 0 and negative 2. 0 and negative 2. And if I go to the left, it says that one's negative 2, negative 2, negative 4. Negative 2, negative 4 is this spot right here. And this one, okay, going to the left, looks like it's going to be negative 6. Yep, negative 6 and 0. And this one right here, it's going to be 2 and 0. Is it? Yeah, it's closer to 2. So I'll say this one here is going to be 2 and 0. Right there. Right there. All right. Area bounded is this stuff right here. That right there. Now, this is 2, 0. This is negative 6, 0. So you're going to go 2 places this way. You got 1, 2. And then 6 more. It's going to be 8. So from right there to right there, it's going to be 8. 2 there, and then 6 more, 8 across. And this way, it's going to go negative 2 and down 4 spaces, 4. So that means that this is going to be a 4. So area of a triangle is 1/2 base in height. Area equals 1/2 base is 8. And the height is here's 4. Base is 8. Height is 4. So it's going to give you 1/2 of 32. That's 32 over 2. So A equals 16. So this is the area of the triangle. All right. Next one. Number 10. This is number 8. This is find the zeros. Find the zeros. Quadratic formula. F of x is 8x squared plus 3 plus 12x. Alright, so I'm going to fix it. I'm going to rewrite it because it's not in the right form. So let's do that right now. Alright, so f of x equals 8x squared plus 12x plus 3. I just rewrote it. Rewrite. So now a is 8, b is 12, c is 3. It's a quadratic formula. B squared 4ac over 2a. So negative of b is 12 plus or minus 12 minus 4 times a. 8 and c is 3 over 2 times a is 8. This could be minus 12 plus or minus 12, 144. 4 times 8 times 3, 96. So that's going to give you negative 12 plus or minus 48 over 16, which is x equals negative 12 plus or minus. I'm going to fix that one. All right, let's just go here. Prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Keep going. So I'm going to start with 48. That's going to be 24. And then you can keep going 17 more. And 12 plus 6 plus 3. So 48 is 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. To this word. So 48 is 16 times 3 right there. So I'm going to replace here by 16 times 3. That one with this new one here. Replace it. Rewrite it. So now we have negative 12 plus or minus square root of 16 square root of 3 over 16. So you have negative 12 plus or minus 4 square root of 3 over 16. So you have, take a 4 out from the top. Negative 3 plus or minus 1 square root of 3. 4 times 4. So these are gone. You get 3 plus or minus 1 square root of 3 over 4. Minus 3 plus or minus square root of 3 over 4. So x equals minus 3 plus square root of 3 over 4. Or x equals minus 3 minus square root of 3 over 4. Done. 2 answers. This one actually is number. What's number? That's number 8. What number is this? Alright, this is actually number 9. Yeah, number 9, that's what that is. Okay. Number 9. So now I'm gonna go to number 10. That's what the next one is. 9. Number 10. It's gonna say graph. F of x is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 3. Put it in a calculator. Don't even do it the long way. This one, clear it. Put it in x squared. So just put y. You put x squared plus 4x plus 3. Hit graph. Got it. Okay. Looks like this. It goes under here and then back up. So right there, right there, right there, and right there. It hits the spots right there. You can do a trace. It says 0 and 3 is one spot. So I'm going to mark it down. This is 0 and 3. If I go left, right there, looks like it's going to be -1, 0. -1 and 0 is right there. Keep going to the left, looks like it's going to be -2 and -1 right there. And if I keep going to the left, it's going to be -3. Yeah, pretty close. -3 and 0. That's it for the graph. All right. Next one. 12. 11. That's what it is. It says find a vertical. Bunch of words. Vertical, horizontal, and obliques. Asymptotes of r of x is 3x over x minus 11. So to find the vertical, find the verticals, let the bottom equal to 0. So x minus 11 equals 0. Add 11. Add 11. So x is 11. So the verticals is that one. Alright, r of x is 3x over x minus 11. To find the horizontals, divide the highest power on top by highest power on the bottom. Which is this one over this one. 3x over x, which is going to be 3. So the horizontal is going to be down right there. And this one, since this is a 1 and a 1 power, it has no obliques. No obliques. Alright. Let's see. Number 13, we're question number 12 now. Okay. Question number 12. Let me make some numbers up. Okay. F of x is 3x plus 2, and g of x is 5x. Okay. Let's find f. F circle G of X, which means F of G of X, which means put this one inside there. 3 times 5x plus 2. That one goes in there. It's going to be 15x plus 2. That's the end of it. And domain is infinity to infinity again. For that one. This is A. 12A. 12, letter B. Same thing. F of x equals 3x plus 2. And G of x equals 5x. So now, G circle F of x is G of F of x. And that means get this one inside there. So 5 times 3x plus 2 is going to be 15x plus 10. Is that it? Yep, that's it. And domain, let's put down here. Domain is same thing, minus infinity to infinity. All right, that's 12, letter C. F of x equals 3x plus 2, and G of x equals 5x. Now find some F circle F of x, which means F of x composite is this one inside itself. 3 times this plus 2. 3x plus 2 goes in there. 9x plus 6 plus 2. Add them together. Be 9x plus 8. And again, domain, same thing. Minus infinity to infinity. All the numbers, real numbers work for that one. 12, letter D. It says G circle G of x. And write the problems again. 3x plus 2. And G of x is 5x. G circle G of x. That means G inside of G. This one. Yep, this one inside itself. So 5 times 5x is 25x. That's it. That's it. So that's the domain of this one. Same thing. Minus infinity to infinity. All right. Get in there, man. 14. This will be number 13. Question 13 says f of x is 2x plus 1. Let's find the inverse. Okay, so y equals 2x plus 1. Okay, switch the letters. And then start solving for the letter y. Minus 1, minus 1. That's going to be 2y. And then divide by 2. Divide by 2. So I got this one, or I have this one, or I have f inverse of x is that one right there. So now I'm going to graph these things. Okay. So let's put it on the calculator, of course. All right, so y, do this one first. Y1 is the original problem. 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. Graph that. Okay. Second one, y2 is going to be this one here. X minus 1 divided by 2. 2 is going to be parentheses x minus 1 divided by 2. And hit graph. Okay, it goes this way. Something like that. And then y3 is going to be x. y3 is just going to be regular x. There it is. Hit graph. Yep, it's the line going to the middle. Okay. Those are through graphs number 13. All right, 15. This is one of the, again, final exam. Number 14. It says solve 8x plus 1 equals 16 to the x. Alright, so prime numbers first. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on, 17. Start with 8. 2 divides 8, 4. 2 divides that, 2. 2 divides that, 1. So 8 is 2, 2, 2. 8 is 2 to the 3 power. 16. 2 divides 16, 8. 2 divides that, 4. 2 divides that, 2. 2 divides that, 1. So 16 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 16 is 2 to the 4 power right there. So 2 to the 3, x plus 1. 2 to the 4 times x. Replace it. So now this is going to be 2 to the 3x plus 3. 2 to the 4x. So now 2 to the 3x plus 3 equals 2 to the 4x. I know these are gone. So 3x plus 3 equals 4x. 3x plus 3 minus 3. And minus 3, these are gone. 3x is 4x minus 3. So minus 4x minus 1x equals minus 3. By negative 1, divided by negative 1, so x is 3. That's it. Got it. Alright, next one. 15. It says solve the logarithmic function log base 2 of 2x plus 1 equals 2. This one. This number to this power is this. This is called the wax on, wax off formula. You want to call it something. So now 2 to the 2 is 2x plus 1. So 2 times 2 is 2x plus 1. So 4 is 2x plus 1. So 4 is 2x plus 1 minus 1. Minus 1. That equals 2x. Divide by 2. 2. So 3 over 2 equals x. That's the answer right there. Alright. Let's do a couple more. 16. Alright. 17. Let's do number 16. Okay. Question 16. It says they're going to give you a problem like a equals p times 1 plus r over n and t. They're going to give you a number like 1,000 right there. They're going to give you a number like 24%, which is 0.24, n, which is 12 for a monthly. And t is 2 for years. Alright, so we have 1,000 times 1 plus 0.24 divided by 12. And n is what? 12 times 2. So 1,000 times 1 plus 0.24 by 12 to the 24 power. So 1,000 times 1 plus 0.24 divided by 12 to the power of 24. So calculator, still in the calculator. Okay, calculator. Alright. So 1,000 parentheses 1 plus 0.24 divided by 12 to the power of 24. I got 1608. 1608.437249. Or I can round it to 1608.44. That's good enough, I think. Yep, that's good right there. Okay, let me do one more. One more of these and I'll stop, okay? one more like this. Number 18. 18 says E to the R T. And they give you numbers that say A is 50,000. Let me see. No, 500,000. E is 50,000. Okay, I don't know. Grandma's house or something. $50,000 house, eventually worth a lot of money. So now put the numbers in here, and then we have N or R. R is 10% or 0.10, and then T, we don't know. So put the numbers in here. 500,000, 50,000, e to the 0.10. So 500,000 divided by 50,000 divided by 0, 50, 0, these are gone. This is going to be 10 e to the 0.10 t, 50,000, 500,000. Take that log of this side, the log of this side. Now we have ln of 10 equals ln of, well, you can put the 10 in front now. 0.10 t ln of e, and then write the formulas here. Formulas are ln of a to a power, you can write it as ln of a like that. And if you have ln of e, you can write that as 1. So back to this problem. So we have ln of 10 equals 0.10 t, and then right here, this is ln of e, which is 1. Ln of 10 equals 0.10 t. So now I'm going to divide this side by something and this side by something. Say 0.10, 0.10. And if I do that on the calculator, of course, let's do it on the calculator. Here, ln 10 divided by 0.10, 0.10. I get 23. Let me write all my numbers. 23.025,025,85093. Or I can round it to, let's see what I'll round it off. 2503 maybe? Yeah, that's right. 23.03. Sounds good. Round it off. Years. Years for what? For grandma's house to go from $50,000 to $500,000 at 10%, of course. Alright, got that one done. Alright. Right there. Stopped at which number? 17. Alright. So, put these guys right here together. That's 17. 15. 12. Page 11. Page 10. Page 9. 2 nines. Oh. There. Let's got some page missing here. 1, 2, 3. One page right there. All right. From there, just try these. This is on the final exam. See if you can do 1 through 17. Where? On the final exam. Okay. 1 to 17 on the final exam. All right. I'll turn it off in 1 minute. Okay. 1 minute. Ready? All right, finish it off. Talk to you guys later, man. Oh, no, that's it. That's good enough. That's gonna stop there. Let's stop there. All right, so just try 1 through 17. Your house today. Hopefully, get it done. All right, later. That's funny.
Have a good one.
See you later, man.